Well, welcome everybody to the Trade Circle, Titan Circle Trading Forex Study Group. Man, I'll get that out one of these times. And today is Monday, September 8th. We'll get it together. I'm Dan Hansen, your host, and I'm hoping everybody has some questions we can answer today. So you're feel free to unmute yourselves if you have any questions. Let's just kick it off.
Hey Dan,
Hey, Donald, how's it going? What's
I'm
the
doing
word?
I'm doing well. I was going over a video that G Money posted maybe yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I he would mention that you fibbed. I know you said it before you that you fibbed from the 23.
All right.
Was that on the 52? Was that on
Uh,
the bucks or
all right. So on the the fibs, what I do, let me get my sessions going. So what I do, I fib different things. I first start with if you're going to do your weekly forecast, like we always do. You always want to start with your weekly. You get your weekly high and low. We can do that. Huh. Oh, you know what? I hope G Money hops on because I've got these new lines and I forgot what they do. So I hope he pops in. Looks like we're overextended on at least the 2 minute. Let's see what the. Like I said, I got part of my brother. If you hear him coughing in the background, he's got himself a little cold. But anyways, what I usually do is I start with the weekly. You set my chart view. Oh, look at this beautiful impulse we got going so far. We have three big bullish impulses. Now we are working on a fourth. So already price is just skyrocketing. It's just going to the limits. So if we're gonna do our weekly in our weekly calendar, previous weekly candlestick, we start with our just taking our line, our ray or whatever, and we set it to our previous weekly low. And we can drag it to the top by hitting the control button if you can. Hitting the control, then dragging it up a copy to the top. And then you can make another by holding this control button, drag it down, and we can drag it down to the open. So this is the previous weekly. And I think it's not going to really do us any favors because we are already past the extensions of the previous week. So we are, so G-Money, they might not be able to get in, but that's okay. He's got things to do. But anyway, we are looking at new higher highs and higher lows. So basically, what I do, I start with the weekly. And what I'll fib is I always set a fib for my weekly candlestick. Previous weekly candlestick, I'll just draw a fib from low to high. It's already in my template for previous weekly. So already we can see
But you
that
don't drop down to the 4 minute, 4 hour. You just do it
I can do it.
from the weekly chart.
You can do it
Like
the
it
four
doesn't matter.
hour time frame. It doesn't matter. We still have our impulse, and our correction still never really came back to the 236. So what G Money was talking about in class yesterday is the possibility that gold will just continue up and shoot up into the extensions. However, if we are working on the 4 hour, we got this little itty bitty candlestick here, which we're going to take a look at because it was important. We got this candlestick right here on a 4 hour. You can take any one of these candlesticks. This would be considered a rally-based rally on the 4 hour. But let's see if we can find it on so any one of these candlesticks, you can clearly see price just shot up. it just had no place to go but up. We had a doji formation on the at some 900 9 o'clock this morning Chicago time. So news must have came out. So we had impulse up, then it kind of stalled, price went sideways, and then we just kept climbing and climbing. So the challenge comes now that we've hit the extensions, we're past the 272, the negative 272 on the weekly. We can look for
Mm-hmm.
we can look for
Having
prices to go continue to go up
Chicago,
to the negative 3.
the Bears, the Bears.
Yeah, I gotta love the Bears, but I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, they played tonight, so I don't know if they're gonna win. But anyhow, so the previous weekly candlestick, this Fibonacci is basically the 4-hour. You can see it's an impulse from here all the way up to this high. That's the previous week. Then we had a little retracement, didn't quite get back to the 236. So something made it stall out, and it has probably something to do in this area. We can circle it. We can come back and take a hey. Let's see what's going on with price here in this time frame. Come on, buddy. You want to move. There you go. Somewhere in there, we want to look for some kind of change in price. There's the 4-hour. Do we see anything on the 8-hour? That could be this candlestick and this really obscure rally-based rally, but it still never came back to that. So even the 12-hour, we've got straight up candlesticks. The daily, we come to the daily, we have nothing but candlesticks. And you can take the last candlestick, the last bullish candlestick, you can fib that one in particular. So, because we have a different market playing out here today. We have a totally different thing going on here. We have a bullish candlestick. Let me just change these all to blue. Oh, cancel that. But I have a bullish candlestick here somewhere, template. Maybe you don't. Blue, blue, blue. You can just change them all. I'm gonna make a template here in a second. I'll show you how to create a template. It's always a fun thing to know how to do. So once you get your settings, so I'm making a bullish fib for myself. We can keep an eye on this one candlestick. I'm going to go to template, save as, and I'm going to call that bullish template. So now when I have my trend, so here we have one candlestick. Look at how perfect this last candlestick did on the day. So when the weekly candlestick kind of fails us, or actually doesn't fail us, I have a feeling where I had a projection of price going up to at least 36.62, if not 3700. 3700 is one of the highs I was looking for, based on another analysis I did using different Fibonacci tool. So Donald, so like I said, you can do different things, but now that I'm looking at this whole week, we have a whole new game plan because we have this whole turnaround on the daily. So we have a daily rally-based rally here. So I want to keep an eyeball on that. If I can spell right. So we were expecting price to at least come back and test this area, and it never did. And you can even use this candlestick. So we were looking for this retracement all the way down here, but it never did. However, the cool thing you can do, now that we're in all-time highs, we're in the higher highs than the all-time's ever been. So we're in totally uncharted areas. So if the previous weekly calendar doesn't seem to work, now we're already at the extensions with it, we're above and beyond. Just go down the time frames. You can pick a daily candlestick like this, or you can even do this. You can even walk your fib. Do this. Take your fib from one level to the next. Look for your retracement. It came to the 236 and went back up. Now that fib's taken care of, we can keep walking our fib up until we get an eyeball on something. So now on just the daily fib, I'm looking for something in here. Do you have a question, Carol? Okay, cool. So Donald, is that kind of answering your question? So bring it back to me. Remind me what we were looking for.
Yeah, that does help as well. It was more so when you got back into the Ichimoku or the SMT indicator.
Right. Because that
Um,
for me has been, I'm still getting used to it.
okay.
You got so many cool different settings. I can't keep my can't keep my brains clear on some of this. I don't know why my legends don't want to show up, or do they? There they are. Okay, cool. So when it comes to the of course, I got bullish, definitely on this on the daily. I think it works for each time frame. 4 hours. Here we go. Looking at that daily candlestick. Look at how we had the impulse correction. Yesterday's candlestick. So you can fib any area you want because, as I said, we are in so much uncharted territories. I'm looking for a 3,700 as one of my take profit goals because, like I said, I've heard it in the news that 4,000 is the price they want to go to. But right now I'm looking for 3,700 is my first target. Because we always go in targets of increments of like halves. So like if it's 3,600 already, then we might be looking for 3,650. But my ultimate target is 3,700. Ultimately, it will be $4,000. It's been already put out in the news that there will be price gold will get up to so there's rumors that price is going to hit the $4,000 level. Same rumor started when we were way the heck back here. Oh, look at that monthly candlestick. That is ridiculous. See, already it hit that wick of the last candlestick already hit 3,700. So we're going to come back and get that. So the next level I'm looking for is 3,800, 3,750. So we're going to test those highs. So even just looking at the monthly candlestick, you can fib just this one candlestick. We can play with that. G Money talked about that as well. So there are different levels that you can set and different candlesticks you can use. He also looked at the April candlestick, this one right here, which we now have exceeded. So as he explained on Sunday, how prices kind of stalled here, right, within this one candlestick, and then it just took off, made new higher highs. So now we're either going to wait for another pop up to 3,900, get another bullish candlestick on a monthly. So the month of September, we might see prices exceed 3,700, going towards 3,750 or 3,800. We won't know yet. But like I said, you can take any candlestick. And so what I'm doing, especially today, since I saw we broke that one weekly candlestick was already wasted, I mean gone. I went down to the daily. I started looking at it and fibbed it. So now that we haven't hit the extensions on the daily, I think we can hit like 36.58, 36 70, 36.63 up in that area. So which actually is the next level we're looking for is the negative 382 and head at the 36.62 level, which is pretty much a good zone to look for. We've already broke this, which I believe would be if we put on our 1 hour and we look at our SMT indicator, and he has it on these kind of move these 23% lines. So I kind of wish G Money was here, but he's not. uh because I can't comprehend what this new, because he put it on the 17, I believe. Let me hide this Fibonacci real quick. And so what he's done is got the 52 box is here with as you can see, all three boxes. He put the 23 marker in the 17 candlestick box. So we're looking for the retracement back. Oh, it makes a lot of sense now. There we go. So if you were asking me which, if I fib the 17 or the 52 on the 1 hour only. If you're going to fib that, fib your either your 52, which is still bullish, and you can do it like that, set your Fibonacci like that, or you can do it on the 17 as well. So the way I used to do it on the 1 hours, I would fib the whole 1 hour 17 only, because that's the area. I don't usually look much higher than the 5 minute. G Money and I are, we trade a little differently. So now that I've got my 1 hour 17 box fibbed, I can just go to the 5 minute now and plan out all my trading from here. Now, if you look at the 23 boxes, they're equal in the 204 that they weren't on the 1 hour. So I am not sure what his thinking is on that. I think everything is based on the 17 hour, the 204 box on the 5 minute, or the 17 on the 17 hour, which is the first box on the 1 hour. So that's what I'm thinking that this logic is coming from. But I'm not positive. I wish he was here to answer that. He's having some technical issues, but I believe that's the case. So we're looking for the 23 on the 5 minutes. So this is intraday trading. So we want to see where we are intraday. So you can do just your 5 minute and you get your impulse correction. And if you look at even this, you just start it here where this ends, that's high. It came back to the 50% and then went to the extensions and hit the negative 0.18. So again, it's a personal thing for most people. Like this is strictly for education and projecting what we think or speculating what the market's going to do. But we already have an impulse, a correction, and an impulse. We have this nice, just even from here, we have this impulse, we have the correction. Now we just need to finish the impulse. Now to finish this impulse, it has to get up to at least the negative 272 to complete the impulse, and then we can continue going up. Does that kind of answer your question, Don?
Yes, sir. It does. It does. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry we don't have a great example of what we normally did because it just ain't happening. Just ain't happening today.
So Dan,
Yeah.
you just trade off of the 5 minute chart, you said.
Yep.
Are you considered a range trader? You just
I
trade the range up and down?
well, I got two different styles. I can go range to range. If I go from this range, like say from this 23% line at the bottom to the top, I could do that as well. And then I also love my 1, 2, 3 strategy. And I always come back to it. So we take an impulse, measure it, mark up about 50% or a 382, anywhere up there, especially gold's volatile. It's been crazy and it has, but on the lower time frames, it has been making these nice N wave patterns and has repeatedly come back and hit my 50% line every single time. Or just about every single time, or pretty close to it. See, it just barely kisses it.
So you enter off the 50%?
No, what I do is I put in three entries. I put one at the 236, the 382, and the 50. Sometimes the 618. So if it doesn't hit the 50 or the 618, I don't have to worry about it. But if it's my 312, the 382 and the 236, I'm happy. And then I trade it up to the extensions. So that's how I do it. Because and I just use a 0.01 lot size. I don't, I'm not using huge lot sizes. As G Money calls it, throwing pebbles in the market, but especially as I'm testing my strategies, it's been great that way. Especially when once I've got it figured out and I'm happy with it, now I got to get used to the new boxes and see how he's planning on using the way he's got it set up. But I know it's all set up for intraday trading, as far as I know. But the swing trading is the cool thing. And that's where that weekly, daily, 4 hour time frame comes in handy, because that 4 hour time frame, you look at that 5 minute little impulse, the 5 minute or the 17-hour box, this is the range from here to here, all within this. So yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen. And it totally looks like everything is based on his the 5 minute box. See these 2, 3, 6 lines, the 23% lines here and here that are on different time frames. That's remnant of the 5 minute or the 1 hour time frame. Because the 1 hour boxes, only the 17 box has got the lines in it. So he's actually doing it the same way. So I think he's, like I said, I don't know what he's changed since yesterday, because this is newer than yesterday, because we're at 4.1. So we had the impulse, the correction, and then the impulse. And see how it came back to just below, wick past the 50% of the 17 box? That would have been a good entry
Yeah.
at the 50% of that. Or catch it at 23 above. If you don't make it there, you can go from the 23 on up. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that nice impulse, correction, and impulse. And when we don't have it, we got this huge impulse, especially on the 52 box. It's just ridiculous. Look at that impulse. We really don't come back and test anything except the 50 of the 17-hour box. So it's interesting how he's changing up the strategy of, not the strategy hasn't changed, just the way he's using it. And I think that's so these black lines don't change from time frame to time frame. And that's our 23% of the 204 box on the 5 minute chart, or the 23% of each direction on the 17 hours, or the first box. Yeah, that is interesting. I'm glad we're looking at this new today fresh. It's different than even what we looked at yesterday in class. But I still am always in agreement, no matter what happens. If this green line if it just even if it stays green, wherever above the 50% of the 204 box, I'm always going to be looking for buys, no matter where this 17 box falls. As long as it's staying above, and we got both, because 52 is going to be pushing up in a little bit. The 17 is going to keep pushing up, so it's just going to keep climbing higher and higher. So my speculation is we can at least look for 36.65. Yeah, it's 36.65 or 36.75. And I have a feeling that's going to be a no-brainer. At some point, we'll make those levels.
If no one else has a question right now, I'd like to ask you can you explain the break and retest? What are the rules? Are there any rules?
Break and retest. It's all based on the Fibonacci, but I can do that. Let's go to a clean chart. There we go. Clean chart. Reset chart view. Get rid of hide the indicator. So break and retest. Whenever you have an area of support and resistance, say here we got a great area of support and resistance. We've got right here. Come on, buddy. You know you can. Come on, technical difficulties, quit happening. Come on, baby. We know we can do this. So I'm going to draw this kind of like my trend line. See how we have a trend line and it broke above it, came back and retested the line, and it's failed to go below it again. That's called a break and retest. And so in other words, it either breaks support or resistance. And if it does that, I'll come back and retest it. And if it fails to go below that and go further,
Okay.
come back to another level, like say this other one, because we could have looked at this as a area of support and resistance too, you know. But look at this craziness. I can just show you even on this. Let me get rid of this. Do it up here. We'll throw this down here.
So what do you do with that when you see the break and resistance, and you're seeing that resistance? So does that mean
Break
it's
and
just
retest.
going to continue up?
The break and retest, yeah. So when it breaks,
Break and retest, yeah.
yeah. So when it breaks, comes back and retests and fails to go lower, or that. So this basically wicked into it on the 5-minute chart. If you look at a 10-minute chart, or even a 15-minute chart or something like that, you notice that it just kind of went through and wicked back below on the 15-minute chart and just kept going up. Then we got this cool rally-based rally now, which is creating a new uptrend. And already this is already broken up even higher and higher. So yeah, this ain't done. This ain't done by a long shot.
So then if it does come back down below that and stays below, then we're looking
Then we're
for
gonna
it to
look for
change
entries down
direction.
here. Yeah, well, not so much change of direction, but we could come back and retest these levels of these 5-minute rally-based rallies. Another 5-minute. We can come back and retest that, or we can come back and retest this one down here. Come back and retest this one. So these are levels that we know there's buyers down here. And we know there's buyers even down at this level. So if it comes down to this level, we can see that we can get a put a little like I said, put a little test in there to see if it's gonna hit. Say we got it, you can take a 2-to-1 trade from here. It's already set below this rally-based rally kind of thing. Take our 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. Boom. Wherever right about there. And you can play it like that. And if it's going to go lower, you can speculate this too. Got another rally-based rally below. there's a low of that. We can take this chart. We can move this one over. Catch this trade with a stop loss here, but stick with our original take profit there. So, I mean, there's a couple ways that can be handled. I don't know if you want this stop loss because that's a pretty huge amount. That's $13, you know, $13. That's like yeah, 13. Is it 1,300 or 130 pips?
130 pips. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that could go either way. So, but the next one over, you'll catch only $8. So even if it does come back and hit this and it continues going up, you're in good shape. The challenge we got to watch out for is if it comes and breaks below this line, this resistance line, say if it come back and it could come back and retest that too. We don't know. Already the market's trying to break through, and so this is the retracement. So now we got the impulse. Now we're going to need a correction. So we can get rid of these. We don't need these. So if you got an impulse, there's our impulse. Now we're looking for correction. So see where the 382 is right there in a 5-minute rally base rally, and 618 is right in there in the other 5-minute rally base rally.
Mhm.
So yeah, price can come back and retest. It might even stop at the 236 and say, hey, I'm done. We did our retracement. That's as far as I want to go. In fact, this is our peak. No, that candlestick hasn't closed yet, so we can't even claim that yet. We go down to the 5-minute, see what it's doing. It's trying to come back and retest this gap. We got a gap right in here, the 236. So right now it's not succeeding. It's staying below that resistance line, or support line rather. But if it closes below that and we can't come back and retest these lower levels of support. So that's where the challenge comes in as a trader, is we have to kind of speculate who's going to do what and when and where. But as they say, the gold market is so volatile lately, unfortunately. That it's been so challenging to be very accurate and predictive. But G Money's been pretty cool at it because he said exactly, it looks like it's going to go break above and continue going higher on the weekly. And that's exactly what it did. It just kept skyrocketing. It just never stopped. So this current week is just blowing more higher highs, So here's the deal. Here's what we can look at too. We got this big impulse, these 4 candlesticks. Say this is today's high, and that's as high as that's going to go for the week. I doubt it, but it could. Let me just see if I can get this. So what you can do is just fib the candlestick from here to here. And there's your weekly impulse. That's if that's the lowest. But until the candlestick closes, we can't say that. The best we can do is put our candlestick here. It's already didn't even come 23% into this candlestick. Or did it? Let's see what it did. I forgot already. Nope, didn't even hit 23% of that daily candlestick. So if we're looking for this impulse correction, we didn't have a correction. We just had a continuation. And if you notice, look at interesting, there's even a gap in the close price of this candlestick and the opening of this one. Even though the wick's down at the same level and shot up, but it didn't open, it opened higher. So yeah. Did that kind of answer your question? And already I'm shooting past
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. See, it's already blown, kind of trying to blow past that weekly high. I have a feeling we're going to attempt the 272. So that's just going to be a tough challenge. I couldn't tell you what it's going to do today. I have a feeling with what's going on overseas. We got some stuff going on and some craziness going on in the White House. Yeah, it's hard to say what's going to happen, but if you keep it simple, and that's why I've been looking at other markets as well. I've been looking at like UJ and GJ and a few other Euro USD. Euro USD trades a lot slower, but it follows the dollar better, and you can see better candlestick movements on even on the weekly. You know, you can take this week mentions of this previous candlestick, and this would be the high that I'm looking for. This would be my target to take profit.
Can I ask a question about your fibs?
Go ahead.
It looks like, are your fibs, I noticed that are they marked on different, like on the previous week? I mean, you take some things out and,
Well,
uh,
I do a lot of different things because, as G Money has pointed out, that like take for example this big black candlestick. We were looking for
Mhm.
Sullivan's candlestick, and since we made a higher high above this, well, actually, no, we didn't, did we? Did we? Yeah, we did. All right, so we went past it, so we made a higher high. So we know that the trend in Euro USD is even going up. But while this candlestick didn't get filled or closed or have any continuation in it, it kind of went sideways from between here and here in this range. And it's like, oh, okay, what are we going to do? So it just kind of hung in this area for quite a while. And now that it's breaking out of this zone now, barely, it's just touching it. This area, this wick acts as a area of resistance. Once it closes above that, price closes above that, it's going to continue to go higher. So when I fib things, I either look for the weekly candlestick, this candle. Let's go back to gold. Let me go back to the gold chart. Let me just start from scratch. This. Oh, let me get a fresh chart. I know I got to have a fresh one here somewhere. That's good. That's silver. Oh, we don't want to look at silver, do we? No, we don't. Where did all my, oh, hang on, I have so many templates. There we go. Where's my gold? All my gold. There we go. All kinds of them. There we go. That's what we've been working with. All right, there's a clean chart. So go ahead and re-ask your question again and I'll answer it.
I've noticed that even with G-Money, your fibs are marked differently. Like, are you still using the same percentages? Are they just for, like, if it's
G-Money,
weekly, daily, or how are you doing that?
I'm
'Cause-
using, this is a standard fib. The only thing
Okay.
I've done is change the colors. Like this is my bullish fib because I wanted it to be blue so people can see that it's a bullish trend. I don't have the reverse of that yet, but I could make one just as simply. But I basically, but G-Money will take out different zones or different levels just to like be an example, like the 786 will leave out and the 236 will leave in, and leave the amount and leave everything else down the middle because he's trying to make a point. And but we fib pretty much the same. We just have different fibs for different things. Like I have a fib that'll go all the way across my chart that will do the whole impulse correction impulse. And I have fibs. How many fib templates do I have? I'll show you a list of fib templates. There we go. I have a weekly fib, a supply and demand fib, G-Money's fib with extensions. That's the original one that I worked with G-Money. They did in his markups. Well, it's totally different than what they were back when I started. You know, everything's changed. We've grown, but I never got rid of the fibs. So I just and G-Money so I could see what the numbers were. I wanted to make sure my starting points were always in green. My midpoint was in green. Of course, the 236 I leave red, and then my targets are in the bluish color and black so we can read everything. And I try to make them dark colors so you can see them. But this is my general fib that I used to use on everything.
Uh-huh.
But you can, the numbers don't change. These are the most powerful numbers. The negative 382, negative 272, negative 0.18. Of course, the 236, the 382, 50, 68, 61, and the 78. Those are all based on, have you ever seen the Fibonacci thing? How it's a spiral type of
Right. Okay, I got the same numbers. I
Yeah.
was just noticing, no, but he will take it out when he's doing like the previous week or previous
Right.
day. He only removes the
He decides,
numbers.
he decides the number. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And your template, let me see how you did that again.
Oh,
So you use that one, is this the standard one?
this is my standard go-to fib. So you go to your settings,
And-
you do
Yeah.
template, and you go to save as, and you can save it as whatever template you want to call it. So you can call it
Oh,
template or
save
my
drawing
fib.
template as. Oh, okay.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. That's
And how
awesome.
many do you have?
I don't know. I lost track.
Now, where do you find them once you save them?
Dang.
What's that?
Where do you find them once you have saved them?
Oh, they're
Where
always
are they?
they're always in the list of templates. So if you see this template thing at the bottom, it'll have everyone, and you can delete them too if you want to get rid of them. Like I have one that it'll just show the 50. That's all it shows is the 50% line. Oh, I gotta make that darker because it's too hard to see. And it's almost black, but you can make it any color. But so this is the 50 that I use for my 1, 2, 3 strategy. I can use this one as well. I'm looking for price to come back, hit that, and take off. But I don't. Like I said, I do multiple entries. I do 236, 382, 50, and the 618. I have yet to put in a entry at the 786, mostly because I've seen it more times than not hit it. So they usually don't go with that. And I'm safer. I know the 618, I know if it hits there, if it goes below that, I'm cool. If it doesn't, I'm cool too. So, yep, there's a fib for every occasion. I got my full fib, which is the original fib that I did with Donnie, working with another gentleman in the other company. But even this one I haven't updated it yet because I included a few extra ones that are interesting. Very interesting these couple. I'll show you what they are.
Yeah, that 06667. What is that?
Yeah, I'm going to show you because give me a second. I'm going to make everything darker so we can see. I'm going to make them so we can see them better. Like this one green. Like that one green. The rest of these are black. So I added a few different lines that aren't normal. But this was something that I learned from somebody else. 272. Oh, that blue. Yeah, I'm making a new template. Look at that. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. I don't
I
need.
have no idea what you're doing. Okay, good.
Basically, I'm just taking different numbers and making them so you can see what I'm looking at. I don't need a negative 667 twice. Where's my 618, 667, 86886? Gotcha. Okay, cool. I'm cool. All right, we can make that black. We can get rid of that one. And I think I can get rid of that one. All right, cool. So if you notice, I have a bunch of different fibs. This is definitely a, let's see if I get it in reverse. Is that in reversed? Unreversed. There we go. Oh. So now it's going in the right direction. So what I've done is I've added some different levels. This is once the 618 is broken, I sometimes look for it to come to 667, 786, and definitely this 886 down here. Let me see if I can get that. 886, what's this one? I don't need that one. 866, 786. Yeah, there we go. So this is a zone like an industrial institutional level zone that G-Money sometimes talks about. But I put the 667 in there because I notice when it does break and go below 618 but doesn't hit the 786, it usually will come back and hit this 667. But it's just something I learned from another trader, another mentor of mine. Taught me these few different added layers that I can add in. I don't normally share them because it doesn't matter. I just know that the 618 is most important, 786. I do find the 886 sometimes be important because it will come back. And I think it did it once. It shot almost down to zero, but it ended up being this this 886 down here. So that's just something I look at, but I don't use this fib at all, hardly ever. I haven't used it since I haven't used it since ever. But I have an RSI fib, which is different. It has to do with the RSI. I would have the RSI below, different strategy. I don't like that strategy anymore. It's too complicated for me. If you want to know what an RSI looks like, I can toss that in there.
I like simple. I don't want complicated.
Yeah, me too. I'm here. I'm a simple creature. I think most people are. We have enough complicated things in our life. We don't need to add to it. But that's why I only use one of 3 fibs. I usually use my weekly fib. There's my supply and demand fib, which is interesting. It only has a couple lines in it. It only has 2 lines. And this one, which is the 50 and the 618. And that's because I'm looking for a price to retrace to this level. This is where the 1, 2, 3 strategy pretty much came out of. Was working with this one Fibonacci that I just did.
You
And
just use it on the up, well, oh, if you do it on down trend, it just goes upside down, right? Okay, never
yeah,
mind.
downtrend will go the opposite direction. Correct.
Yeah, okay. But you use it, what number, you just use the 50 and the 618
No, my
on
particular.
that for the,
Yeah, I'll show you my the one I use all the time. This is my Dan Hanson's fib. That's like a knockoff of G Money's. So I got the basic standard. It's no big deal, nothing big. I have the 236, 382, 50, 618, and the 786. The extensions, I have the -18, -272, -382, and the -618.
oh, okay, I got the same numbers. Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. 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 And
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
as simple as I make it. So what I'll do, and this is how I trade, and it's
Mhm.
not for everybody, but I would put one at the 50, leaving it here, taking it up to the 0, which is, or we used to call this in our other thing, the FX rich money line. And price usually likes to hit the -0.18. Don't know why, but it's always a good take profit level to work with. And then what I'll do is I'll take this particular entry and I'll duplicate it. I'll just make another one. I'll put it down here at the negative at the 618, take it back up to the extension, and just rinse and repeat. And I just put my stop loss back here. Then I'll make one, maybe depends on where price is at. I might take one and put one at the 382 because we don't know what price is going to do. And so for the end of 236. So if it's up at the 382, I won't put my stop loss any lower than the 786. If I see it going too close to that, I'll either close the trade, but that's usually what I'll do. I'll set up multiple trades. So I basically at the end of the day, I'll do like it'd be a 0.03 lot size. So 3.01 trades will be in at one time. Then once they have a tendency to join together, stop losses, I'll just move and adjust accordingly. So say price kept going up. Oh, look at that. Price kept going up. Look at that. I'll take that in a stop loss and bring it down to here. And then all of a sudden take stop loss went even higher. So I'd move it up to this negative zone, the stop loss, move my stop loss into profit with my MetaTrader 5. And then if it breaks over the zero and continues to negative 0.18, I'll definitely keep moving my stop loss in case I'll leave one trade. I might have it go to the 272 extension. And that's the one where I'll make a decision if I want to close the trade or leave it open, that kind of thing. Just simple things. Keep it simple.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I know G-Money and I see the things. That's why we work well together, because we see the same thing. We know we're looking at the same thing, but we'll see it in a different way. And I sometimes don't worry about stuff like that. I kind of stick I've been trying to work very hard to stay in my 5-minute time frame. Really working at it because this is where I love to work. I like the sun. Look at already. Again, we can just do that same thing. Let's get rid of this fib. Take a fib. Do it again. Here we go. We got the impulse. Correction, impulse. Look at that. That's coming back. I already went through the 236. That would have been a safe entry. Put my stop loss at the 50 or just below because I have a low right there on this candlestick. So I could have placed an entry. I would have placed an entry at the 236. Write it down there. Take it up to extensions. Something like that. And then what I'll do though is when I set up the second one. So when I set up the second one at the 382, I'll decide at this point to leave it open because if it is the 382, I'm still good. I just these two trades will combine and make sure the stop loss is down below your negative 618 and write that back up to extensions. Just things like that. Just very simple. Keep it simple. Things I like to do. I don't like complicated. I'm too simple of a creature. But see how it came to this rally-based rally on the 5-minute? I'm talking about that on the other chart. Came back, hit it as support and resistance. Boom, look at that. Came into
Are you in
that.
the 17-minute? I mean, are you in the 17 box? Is that where you are?
I'm in the 5-minute.
You're in the 5-minute, but you're on the
I don't have my boxes on.
24.
I put my boxes on.
Yeah,
So
which one are you?
actually,
You're in the 50. Okay, the 52. Oh, okay.
I ended up being the 52. All it is the impulse.
Yeah.
It ended up the impulse was the 17 box. Oh, interesting. See how that works? Impulse, correction, impulse. And the box, and that's exactly how it works. You get the impulse. We now look for the correction, and then the impulse. So on one more bar, 0 bars. What? I don't get this timing thing. Something's not right. Oh, there it is. That's because this candlestick will fall off in the next 5 minutes. Okay, this wick. So the 204 box will start shifting itself up. But notice I didn't even know I was doing the 5 minute. I didn't even have the indicator on. I just took the impulse. It just happened to be at 52 bucks. Which is probably the case in most cases. 104 bucks would be down here. Boom, and move up, that kind of thing. So, yeah. Interesting. Any other questions? So I'm looking for my continuation to go to the top side. I'm looking for more buys. I just don't know exactly what level I'd be getting in it because when the New York session comes in, the London session could bring us down a little further, but we still haven't. Let me double check this. Have we made the full impulse, correction impulse? Let me just check this. So what I'll do is I'll double check that. So here's the first impulse. We did hit the -18, but not the -272. So you can either leave your fib there on this particular impulse, or now that we got this impulse, we can move it up there and shift our impulse that way and put it at the low down here, which is 52 bucks. There's two ways you can do it. So either the 17 box on the 1 hour is the 17 is this whole impulse that's the whole swing, the whole 5 minute swing. 17 hours, this 204 box is equal to 17 hours on the 1 hour candlestick chart. So this 204 equals 17 on the higher time frame. Make sense? And there we go. We're coming back to test our 23% line. Look at that. Coming back to test our 236. Boom. So one trade's in. So if it comes back and tests the 50, because we got a nice rally base rally in there, but it's got to break below this rally base rally to keep going lower. And it failed. Look at that. See how it turned around? It's making a morning star right now. Look at that. Look at that. So it broke in, tested the rally base rally, failed to break and close below it, and now it's doing a turnaround. So the next thing we'd be looking for in about 2 minutes and 55 seconds is for the discounts to close and see a retracement and take it from there. So this second position never opened. That's what I'm talking about. So when I see the positions, I'll have it open at my spot that I look for and just play it from there.
Dan, when do you plan your positions? Mornings, evenings? Do you have specific times?
Well, lately, because I've been having to go to the hospital almost every morning for the last couple weeks, that's unfortunate. I've either been on a train but I normally get on just a few minutes before, like about, after I finish my writing, I do about 30 minutes of writing. So I'm also a writer. So I do my writing, then I go to my charts. And what I'll do is I'll look at the day, I'll look at the news, just really quickly look at what they're looking for if I see any major interest. And what's really cool is TradingView will give you these little flags down here. If you have these news items down here, it will tell you what's going to happen. So tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Chicago time, we got non-farm payrolls, which is unemployment figures. And then we got on the 10th at 7:30, we got PPI. Mom is Michigan, something or other. I think that's to do with Michigan. And that's, I don't know what the PPI stands for, to be honest with you. So I just know that there's news, and here's the big one, the inflation rates. That comes out on the 11th, September 11th, and not only that, being September 11th, and it is the anniversary of 9/11, there will be a pause in the market at some point. Usually they usually do it at the beginning of the trading session, New York session. So just FYI. And then here's the rest of the week. So the 12th, they've got Michigan Consumer Sentiment. That's usually not a big deal, but it could be because it's all about consumers and the price of the dollar. That's what we're looking for the week. You can check the news on your TradingView account, which is easy to do. Joe, any other questions? Or did I totally confuse everybody? Yeah.
No, that was good. I didn't realize you could click on those little icons. I would see that there's news coming up, so I just go to Forex Factory and check it out. But I didn't realize that it gave information if you click on it down there. So learned something else.
I learn something new every day. It's amazing. That's why I said, I also I'll have other traders that I look at every once in a while, but I like my 1, 2, 3 strategy. I like it simple. I like to keep it as clean and easy as possible. So yeah, we'll see. And it's gonna be
So are
interesting.
you on Central? Are you on Central
I'm
time?
on Central Time. Yes, I am. Same time as G Money.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, because I'm in Chicago. He's just south of me in Houston. Yeah. So yeah, we're both in Central Time Zone. And you're in which one?
I'm in Pacific time. I'm in California, San
Nice.
Diego area.
Oh, it's early by you. It's only like 2 hours.
It's 8 o'clock right now, 8:06. Yeah. So those morning sessions are not easy for me to wake up for.
Oh, it's nice, and that's what I like about what I do is I can do it on any session. It doesn't matter, any time of the day.
Uh-huh.
Pick a candlestick, pivot, and play it. I can sometimes I'll do that. I'll just, especially because I've been like tomorrow morning, got a 9:30 a.m. doctor appointment, and then another 10 o'clock Zoom with the writing community. So what I'll do is I'll come and look at them. I probably won't trade the New York session, but I'll look at the Asian session. Or
Uh-huh.
in the evening, I can sit at night with a cup of tea, look at the Asian session. They're only going 2 directions. And the Asian session right now, if I got the sessions, yeah. Where are my sessions? Oh, this session's out of date. Bummer. Bummer. My sessions is out of date. Oh, bummer. Gotta get me a new sessions indicator now. Don't you hate that when it happens? Sessions. Sessions high and low. There we go. Oh, there's something wrong with his market sessions. This is one that G Money normally uses. So there's something not right with this indicator. It's either my computer or something. But anyway, but the Asian session usually runs from 6 p.m. Central Time to 2 a.m. 2 a.m. 1 or 2 a.m.s. 1 or 2 a.m. Can't remember. I used to write them down, but I just know the Asian session. I usually look at the Asian session from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's the range I like looking at. And I'll sometimes trade.
Okay, so 8 p.m. So that's my 6 p.m.
Right. So like I said, you can sit and look at the chart any time of day or night. Doesn't matter if you're up in the middle of the night, because some of y'all are in Europe. You can be on the London session. And what usually happens is the Asian session will set the tone for the next day's trade. And usually it doesn't really trade a lot of volume, except for gold lately. It's been really skyrocketing. So the Asian session's been not treating me the same way as it used to. So yeah.
We have to adjust, right? Adjust with
Unfortunately,
change.
we all have to adjust. That's why I'm flexible in my approach. Like I said, I'll just fib this one daily candlestick and just play it. We hit the negative 0.18. And we already came back. We came back to the 236 retracement on the next day. Look at that. And if you notice, it didn't really hit the negative 18. So we know that whatever this candlestick decides to do is either going to continue up to the negative. Did it wake up? No, it didn't wake up yet. That's just my indicator stuff. So anyway, so yeah, so it could be looking for just those things. And it's already hit the high in the 3644. If you see that in the black down here in this 3620, that's on the 5 minute. That's those black lines on the blue box, which happen to be the, you can't even tell because my fib's in the way. So these lines here are what we see on any time frame. But look at that. See how crazy this is? It didn't do what it was supposed to do. It traded that morning star, but did not turn around and totally engulf this previous candlestick. That's how you know it's not a true morning star. The only way it's a true morning star is if this bullish candlestick closed the close of this candlestick was higher and engulfed this black candlestick. That's a true, very true morning star. So an FYI to y'all, if you watch morning stars, be careful of fake outs. That's exactly what that was. See how prices are already testing another low that's coming back. Retesting that zone again. Now it's going to test a little lower.
Isn't the Morningstar and the Doji the same?
Well, Morningstar is more like Morningstar is more like this. Yeah, Doji. So here we go. Here's a Morningstar, beautiful one. Right here. Whoops. Beautiful Morningstar right there. Yeah, this bearish candlestick, this doji or hammer.
Yeah, that's a hammer.
Yeah, doji or hammer can be either one, followed by an engulfing candlestick, and it has to engulf the previous two candlesticks. That's a true morning star.
Now, which one is the true morning star? Which one?
This one, these three candlesticks. However, but if you notice what price did, it came back and retested another low. It tried, the sellers were trying to go down, but all of a sudden they said, nope, we can't. We don't like it. We're going to keep it. We're going to run with it. Sorry, buyers were sitting there waiting for them and said, later.
Hey, Dan, it looks like Derek needs help updating his FIBO to 2.0. He just put a note in the chat. I don't know if you can help him with that.
I can help anybody with that. Let's put the FIBO on. As you notice, it's not on my indicators. I don't use the FIBO. I don't trade it, but we'll look at it.
I do, but it wouldn't change it to 2.0.
No, it won't. So see if you go into settings, it says 1.3. So if you go to these three buttons, it should go to about this script. When you hit the about this script, it'll take you to its page. You can just remove it, add it to favorites, and then remove it from here. Go back to your invite onlys and hit the FIBO 2. It still says 1.3, even though it says FIBO 2.0 here.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that all day.
So that's how you change it. So you delete
Wait a
it.
minute, go back to it again. You say go in there and you do what?
Mm-hmm. So we can go to the invite only scripts. We put it, or you can just click the script at the end, see where it says remove to favorites or add to favorites. So you basically remove it if it's in your favorites and then add it to your favorites. And
okay, remove it. Okay, wait a minute. Remove it.
That July 1.3 is the latest one. It's only the name for the actual script. That's FIBO 2.0.
That's
but that
version,
it's the latest one.
Yeah. So the problem was they never changed the upfront. the title of the FIBO. So either way, if you just go to your just go to your make sure you go to just add the newest one that says 2.0. So yeah, it's
But it's
sad.
gonna say 1.3. It's
It's
gonna
still gonna say
continue saying 1.3.
1.3 version, right? So their
So
programmer
that's correct.
on top of it. That's all. Their
Yes,
pro-
that is the right one. They have had no need to update anything because it's working so well.
right,
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why they haven't changed.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they should have updated it. They should have at least updated the title. Come on, that's just laziness on the programmer's part. Trust me. I've been a programmer since the 1980s. So yeah, that's just laziness on the programmer's side. Because if you can do it here, you can do it there. Yeah. But anyways, that's beside the point. But anyway, any other questions? So did that help you, Derek? Just remove it from your chart, make sure it says FIBO 2.0 in your invite only box, and just add it to your chart. That's the easiest way to do it.
I saw, yeah, I'm still getting used. Well, I like FIBO. I use FIBO, but I saw something that I wasn't familiar with. It said rebuy. What is that? I never had FIBO explained to me. So what is rebuy? That's saying to get
A
back
rebuy
in,
means
or
you can, so here, let's go back to our break and retest. Let's find where FIBO activated. Let's find FIBO. Let's get rid of the SMOTRA cloud. Let's clean up FIBO a little bit. That comes back to that, we don't need these. We need this. We need this. Okay, so a rebuy means price will come back to this level. You have another opportunity to buy, and you can set up the same trade. Look at that. It went up, hit profit, came back, retested it, and took off again. That's a rebuy.
But it says rebuy on the 4th of September. There is an example there where it says rebuy.
Let's go to the daily. So it's on the daily. Does FIBO show up on the daily? I don't remember.
I have it on.
It's only you only use it in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it will show up, but it's only configured to be
yeah,
used.
it'll show up on other time frame, but you use it on the 5 minutes.
right.
Yes. So on my 5 minute on the 4th of September, you will see rebuy
Yeah.
and
I had to find the 4th of
go all the
September.
way over.
When was the 4th of September? That was last week, right?
You got the 5th.
That is, yeah.
Well, yours say buy.
There's here it is.
There it is. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the same thing.
So
It came
my
back.
question on that was that when it goes in, when it's on the buy and it tells you to enter, when you do the rebuy, do you rebuy at the because it's coming back to the same point?
Here's the problem. Look at this. Now let me turn off these labels because this is a really good point. I'm just gonna show you why I would not have
Doesn't
taken-
it give you the rebuy price? Does it give you a rebuy price?
No,
I think it does.
says-
Rebuy
just
value.
it just says
It says
it just gives you the take profit and the stop loss. It doesn't tell you.
Right.
If you look down below though, right? It's
have to look at the
when there's a
previous
rebuy,
rebuy.
doesn't it say rebuy value?
No,
Yeah, I
so
think
the
I've
way
seen
it
Yeah,
that.
works,
the rebuy take profit would be the 35. So this is the rebuy in the dashes.
Right.
So in other words, what
Okay. I was
happened-
looking at something else.
Yeah.
Sorry. My
That's okay.
bad.
No, that's not your bad. So FIBO, that's probably why you got a new update, because I would not have taken this trade. First of all, especially when I saw this, entry here, I go, I don't think so, because again, remember those evening stars, and there's also I think an ATM candlestick called a break of structure candlestick pattern. That's
Yeah.
this is a break of structure. You have two bullish candlesticks broken by a bearish candlestick. So it's pointing so sellers are in control. Then we got another push down. Boom. So you could have sold from this blue line all the way down to the red line. You know. Then on the way back up, you could have re-entered here at the red line, each red line, all the way up to the blue line. But look what happened. It never got to the green line up until how late did it go? It never came back until later. And this would have stopped out. So I don't trade people. I mean, I have it. I don't use it. I don't depend on it. That's just me.
Yeah, I've had, it's been pretty good for me.
I'm sure it
But
has.
I don't always go to the full take profit. I'll usually jump out maybe two or
Right.
three pips before
Well, my challenge is
when I see it. Yeah.
when I get these notifications, I'm never in a position to place a trade. So that's been my challenge. Is like every time the alert goes off, I go, "Oh man, don't have my phone on me." Ugh.
It's been pretty accurate. It's been,
Yeah, that's pretty good. I
it's
mean,
pretty, yeah.
normally it's good, but this particular,
Especially,
if you got the buy
if
here
it's,
though, like look at this. Here's we got the buy indication.
Yeah, I don't see that one either. I don't see
That
that
one
one wasn't a
that one
good one.
totally
That
failed.
wasn't a good one. Yeah.
So on the rebuy, that made more sense. But so the rebuy, it kicked off shortly after. Look at that right there, rebuy. But still, it went past the stop loss. And that to me that's where knowing your Fibonacci tool pays off dividends. This is where knowing the basic makes the money.
I like to use it in conjunction with
Right.
the
So I would have
SMT
fibbed this
box.
impulse,
Yeah.
did that impulse, and look at the correction. So just fibbing that impulse, and the buy was, and I will put people back on. The buy took place at a break of structure candlestick going the opposite direction. Started
When
out
was
as
the
a rally-based rally, though.
take
Look at that.
profit?
Started as a
55.
rally-based rally.
Turn your
However,
SMT box on. Let me see something. Can you turn your SMT box on
yeah, I can.
with that and just see what it's saying? Because I usually use it in conjunction.
What
If mom is saying buy and Fibo is saying buy, then that's true confirmation
Where's
for
my
me.
S&P boxes? It should be here.
Oh, it never did hit the take profit at
Oh, there it is.
35.57, did it?
All right, so let's
So
go.
yeah,
35.58.
Where's it?
35.58.
Where's that resell at?
And it didn't do that. Well, it did at
That's all right.
it did do it like later on
Uh,
the 5th. It came, yeah, because I noticed that about it too. Sometimes it takes it a couple of
all right.
times. It
So
may
here's the
take a
people
while. Yeah.
here's the people that came in on the 4th.
It
Well,
came back in on the 5th at like after midnight.
mhm. So here we
Yeah.
are. We got
Yeah.
an impulse. Look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candlesticks as an impulse, huge impulse. Okay. Then we start looking at the next candlestick comes in, got an even higher impulse. Look at that. It goes all the way up. There's that. And so almost comes close to your take profit. However, the 17 box is stretched. Look how stretched that is. All these bullish candlesticks, we need a retracement. So we keep going. We're going to get one. Look at that. It came back and shot through the entry. But look where the rebuy is at, right there at the same price. And then we turn around the next candlestick, drops below the 382. It comes close to the 50, not quite. Turns around, boom, hits institutional levels, breaks past the 618. And notice how the midpoint of the 52 and 17 are the same place, right on top of each other. That's a whole impulse. So now we are looking for either another sell to lower level, or this is where price is going to turn around and go back up because we are at a neutral zone. If you turn on your Ichimoku cloud, I know I'm going to get this way crazy, but check it out anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you something. This is the important thing. This is why this all starts to make sense. Where's my Ichi? There it is. There she is. Let me just make her a little, we don't need.
Hey, Dan, I've got to jump off. Thank you for
Go
your
ahead.
time.
Okay,
Good
yeah.
night, everyone. Everybody have a great night.
You
All
too.
Night.
I need more.
Anyway, so see how this is black right now? This right here, tip of the Ichimoku cloud looks like it's going to cross over. So it can go one of two ways. It can start going down or continue going down and become a bearish red zone, or it'll turn around and just continue going up. And notice the candle, look at the fib. It didn't even change. They're both flatlined right here at the 2 points. Now it still hasn't made it pick the direction. Which way does it want to go yet? Because it's stuck in the zone. Still neutral.
That time right now. Oh,
Hasn't. So what happens is when this is gray, look at this. It stayed gray for so many candlesticks because it hasn't made a lower low or a higher high. But you see this area is starting to turn red, so we're starting to look more bearish. And I think this is where we have that turnaround that says we're starting to go up. Because now we have the formation of what could become a rally-based rally here. Right at the 50. Good entry point. I like it. Boom. There we go. There's now my rally-based rally. So that would be my say, okay, this level failed. We're going to attempt this back up here.
take a picture. I can't get it.
Pointing the cells, but now we're starting to see the change. And once we break this high here, no longer will that, once this 17 keeps moving up, it'll just keep pushing price. And it is right now, it's just playing sideways. Just can't make up its mind. But it came in because of that rally-based rally, failed to go through it, turned around, and now we're starting to get more bullish candlesticks. Boom. And now the momentum's changing. See how the clouds are getting closer and closer to the two lines. It's getting ready to try to make a decision whether it wants to flip or not. It's going to make one more attempt to push down, attempt to break this low. And you can see it's got a nice level of support here. These two wicks, same price.
Mhm.
It's just those little things that I pay attention to. And it doesn't take a lot. And there we go. There's a morning star trying to form. Still didn't break this drop-based drop until now. Now it's officially become a flip zone. And you can see at the Ichimoku cloud are starting to come together. That's why I was telling G, when I see the 52 box green and it doesn't change regardless, I'm still looking for buys. That's what I'm trying to work on now to make sure I have the system right. And there we go. Back to the races. Going back. Here's now testing the 236 above. And wick through it. Look at that. And it literally closed at the 236. Just dancing with it. And look how that Ichimoku's trying to come together there. Boom, look at that. Boom. Look at that. It just said, forget it. I'm going to keep going higher and higher. Boom. I'm done. I whipped past your whipped into your take profit now of this trade. Bam. But yeah, if you catch a trade and you catch if you catch some pips off of it, awesome. Good for you. And that's actually called scalping. If you think
Yeah,
about
I scalp. Yeah, I do scalp more. Yeah.
scalping is an art, and it's an art skill that I really do not possess at the moment. It's not my favorite way to trade. I'm not a good scalper. Well, I could be a good
Yeah.
scalper. Just takes practice. But then again, there you go. So see how
Yeah.
just every candlestick, the boxes shift, and I still never got that clear. Every 5 minute momentum is bullish. And now if we look at the 2 minute structure, it's saying bearish. But look where the 52 line is. It is above the 204. And I was telling G-Money, what I noticed is if this fails to keep going lower than the 50 of the 204 box, price is still going to push up. That's how I just watch it play out that way. And look at it. That's how the Ichimoku cloud played as an area of support and resistance. Now it went below it. 382. It's coming down. We're going bearish momentum. Even the 5 minutes turned bearish for right now. And it's just really, and that's how price can change so fast. The momentum. This really never went anywhere. It traded sideways for I don't know how many hours until it broke the zero. Once it breaks the zero, then we're looking for buys. Yes.
In your area, one. Otherwise, press 2.
Any other questions? I know we went a half hour past our time, but if you don't have any
To
other
report a power outage in your area, press 1. Otherwise,
questions, there we go. All right. So anyways, any other questions? Lola, did I get all yours?
Yeah, you did. I'm good. Thanks.
Anybody else I missed? Anybody else have anything before we hang out?
Could you ask about the 4.1 there?
Yeah.
The SMT 4.1.
That should be 4.1, should be SMT. Now this one updates differently. This one is the same way about the script. You can remove it and add it to your favorites, and all of a sudden you'll notice the difference, Okay.
Where did you go for that about the script again?
Oh, when you go into the at the end, you got these 3 dots here,
Yeah.
and you click on that and just go to About Scripts, and just remove it and re-add it to your favorites, and then all of a sudden it'll update the app and the program.
Okay, I have to try that.
So
Now you do the same thing for the field
do
too.
the same thing for
FIBO.
FIBO, yeah.
Oh, no wonder mine never changed. I didn't know about it.
Notice the FIBO doesn't change in the beginning. It says FIBO version 1.3. But if you go to setting, and it still says, in other words, the problem is they never updated this heading at the top here. That's the only problem. So that's one reason why I'm not a happy camper with it, because I don't know. It may work. But again, I don't depend on it. I can trade with or without it. And I can trade better because I know what I know. So
You go, Dan.
there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Baby. Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
You need to get by your bing, by the boom.
Oh, the bing, bada boom. But there we go. But yeah, I'm still looking for those buys. We got the 52 above. Even though the bearish momentum is on the 5 minute.
So we're looking for the market to continue going up, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for this. So here's the retracement. Here we go again. So we got the impulse on the 52 box. So yeah, see, there's the impulse on 52. Making a correction. It failed at the 382 twice.
You can go out there to the jail and update it.
So if it doesn't go below the 382 and go lower, so now we're just looking for retracement.
Not on the night court.
Wherever it's going to go is, but it looks like we can come back and retest these. Let me get rid of
You can
the.
go to the jail and update it.
All right. Any other questions? Oh, look, I see that 5-minute rally-based rally is really holding it. Look at that bad boy. This rally-based rally is keeping price up. It's wicked through it, but never closed below it. So, yeah. Until it closes, breaks and closes below that and continues down, then I'm still looking for buys. But looks like it might come down to another level. And my next level is the 50, which is this rally-based rally right in here. So I might call it, and I might have closed this trade, but I'm still in it. Now we'll see how it trades out. And, yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Any other questions? If none other, then I'm gonna bid everybody a good night. And as soon as this downloads and renders, I will get it up online as fast as I can, and get it out, link out to you as soon as possible.
Thanks, Dan. Great night.
You're welcome.
Night.
Have a blessed night.